start with a little story, and it's about college football. So any of you college football fans know how important college football is. It's a serious game. In 1965, the assistant coach for the University of Florida wanted to know why his players couldn't make it to the end of the game. They would poop out, they were dehydrated, he couldn't figure it out. So what did he do? He went to the university researchers and he said, I want to know why my team cannot make it through the game. Why are we having so many problems with heat-related illnesses? And I know you guys are looking at me like, what does this have to do with anything? Well, this will tell you what the value of a question can do. So the researchers started digging into all of this information and they found that energy was not being replaced and fluids were not going through the body. And so they decided to come up with a solution. And what happened was they came up with Gatorade. And Gatorade was what made the University of Florida team actually win the Orange Bowl. So if you know anything about football, the team played very poorly. They introduced Gatorade, and miraculously they started playing better. Well, a lot of the other college teams were very upset. They thought, well, it's not very fair that this team has their Gatorade. And so Gatorade started making its way around to other colleges. Gatorade became a $1 million business. It created $150 million for the university up until 2009. Now, some interesting things, the value of a question. Quaker Oats, wanted a part of Gatorade. So in 1983, they bought Gatorade from a small manufacturing company for $220 million. And then in 2001, Pepsi-Cola decided that they wanted a bite of Gatorade as well. They knew that they had to have Gatorade in their portfolio. So they went to Quaker Oats, and Quaker Oats said, I'm not selling to you. And Pepsi didn't like that answer. So what did they do? They went back and they bought all of Quaker Oats for $13 billion. So what is the value of a question? And how does this relate to me? So I think that the most important thing that we have is our new business. We need new business to grow our shows. And in order to do that, we cannot just be order takers. We have to be consultants. So in order to be a good consultant, we know we have to ask questions. It takes 3 to 5 no's before we actually get a yes. So how do we get a yes? We have to ask questions. And are they the right questions? So these are a few little tips I have that you can start to evaluate if you're asking the right questions. 1, are you paying attention to the obvious? So when we're talking to our customers, are we paying attention to what they're saying to us? 2, are we complimenting with a question? And this is tricky, I don't know how many of us do this, but when we're talking to a business, are we actually taking the time to compliment them on something that they're telling us about, or their business in general, so that we're actually gaining some kind of respect? And 3, are you building relationships? Because a lot of us know, especially if we're going to be told 3 times, 3 to 5 times, no, that we're going to have to find a way for them to say yes. And a lot of that comes with relationship building. And the most important question that we know a lot of our reps, fail to do is to ask for the sale. That's probably the most valuable piece of information, asking for the sale. So I love this. It's a quote I heard in a presentation, and it says, you get 100% of what you don't ask for. And if we're not asking for anything, we're not getting anything. And so my goal to each of my reps, which I hope that you guys can implement as well, was what are we going to ask for? How are we going to get the new business? How are we going to make the sale? We're going to ask for what we want.